رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي واجعل لي وزيرا من أهلي. Let's go. This is the ultimate, so far the ultimate showdown, the most amazing, the blockbuster miracle of the Qur'an, encompassing every single verse of the Qur'an. From chapter number 1 all the way to chapter number 114, every single verse of the Qur'an. Subhanallah. If you look at this, and in my opinion, if you look at it and you don't believe it, you don't believe the Quran to be divine, either you haven't understood it or you're simply not a trustworthy person. Because if you look at this, this is impossible. Although all the miracles of the Quran come together, all the linguistic miracles, all the numerical, all the scientific, every single miracle come together to make the Quran miraculous. But I think this one miracle alone itself cannot even be copied by human beings. This is my opinion. And now let me show you this miracle. It's a super amazing miracle. Every single verse participates in this miracle. In front of you, as you can see, these are the names of the chapters of the Quran. The surah is the Arabic word for chapter that I'll be using. So these are the chapters of the Quran, all 114 in English and in Arabic. Now these are the indexes, meaning the indexing, meaning the number. This is chapter number 1, 2, 3 in all the order. You can see till 114. I've numbered them, right? They are numbered in the Quran. What I've done is, if you add 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 all the way to 114, you get this result 65555. You see, I've added them together. Now next to them are the number of verses in that chapter. So in chapter number 1 you have 7 verses. In chapter number 2 you will have 286 verses. Chapter number 3 you will have 200 verses, right? And likewise, I've written down all the number of verses in each of the chapters right in front of their order number in the Quran. Of course, this is in the order they appear in the Quran, right? Then what I've done is, in the third column you see here, I have simply added the chapter number and the number of verses that chapter contains. 1 plus 7 equals to 8. 2 plus 286 equals 288. 3 plus 200 equals to 203. And likewise, I've added all of them down till 100 for all the 114 chapters. Now, be prepared to be blown away. First the small miracle and then the huge miracle. What I've done here is, in this column, I've picked out all the results in this summation of the chapter and the verse number which are even, right? I've put the formula for the even, and I've picked out it says false wherever it's odd, and it gives the result where it copies the same number if it's even. So you see these even results. And likewise in the next column, it gives you all the odd results. If it's even, for example, this is even, it's 8, it's even, so it'll give you false. These are all the odd results it'll give you. The first miracle, and you'll be amazed. When you add the chapter number and its corresponding number of verses, if I simply highlight the even bar, you get exactly how many chapters that have the even results. Exactly. You get exactly. Let me highlight this, continue the highlighting. Yes. You get exactly how many? Exactly, if you look on the right bottom corner, you get exactly 57 results which are even. And you get, if I highlight the odd results, and I'll show you the results for that as well, you will get exactly on the right column, if you see, you will get exactly 57 odd results. Subhanallah, half of the Quran, if I add the verse number and the corresponding the chapter number and its corresponding verse number, exactly you get half of the chapters, 57, which give you even results, and half 57 which give you odd results. 57 plus 57 is 114 chapters. Subhanallah. This was the first miraculous placement of the verses and the number of verses in those chapters. Subhanallah. This was the first miracle. But the second miracle is super amazing. Remember, I told you, if you add their indexes, like their order number in the Quran, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus, you get 655. And if you add the number of verses, you get the total number of verses in the Quran, which is 6236, as you can see here. Guess what? If you add all the even results in the Quran, all of the even results from the beginning till the end, which I've done here, you can see I've added them, you get exactly exactly the total number of verses in the Quran. Subhanallah, which by the way itself is an even number. The even number gives you the total number of verses in the Quran. If you add the even results that we got from adding the chapter order and the verse number, and if you add all the odd results that you get from adding the chapter order and the number of verses in the corresponding chapter, all the odd results will give you exactly the summation of the order numbers of the Quran, 1 plus 2 plus. Subhanallah. And by the way, this is odd, it gives you it matches with the odd number, and this is even, matches this. Subhanallah. How, imagine the impossibility of producing a literature like that, which contains such mathematical precision and at the same time guides humanity in all political, economical, social, all circles of life, and it contains all linguistic miracles, and every word is placed perfectly linguistically, mathematically, all scientific information is correct. The book was never changed. How is this mathematical perfection even possible? But that's not the end of it. Let me show you something amazing. This placement or the selection of, for example, why was chapter number 1, why does it have 7 verses? Why does chapter number 2 have 286? Why does chapter 3 have 200 verses? Why does, say, chapter 9 have 120? Are these all random? No. Now, today, centuries later, when we have Microsoft Excel, we have computing. Today, this was a miracle that was as though it was preserved for the humans of today. Today we created such computers, and now we can calculate. If you change, although these numbers, the number of verses in each chapter look very random, 64, 77, what sense does it make? But today it makes all the sense after we see this. If I was to change this, for example, if I was to change this 200 in front of you to, let's say, 20, and then just press enter, what happens? All this, the setting changes. You see, 6375, it no more matches the tally here. It's 6375, this is 655, this is 6236, this is 6056. The numbering changes. If I change it back to 200 as it was before, you get the exact same results again. Likewise, you keep changing just change one verse. For example, change it from 7, just change it to 8, and there you go. All the results will be distorted. You'll get a mismatch. It only works, it only seems to, for at least as my research shows me, it only seems to work for the exact verses Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put in each chapter. 7 verses, 280. Subhanallah, what a divine mathematical balance. What a divine mathematical. The entire Quran participates in this miracle. Every single verse. Subhanallah. Can you imagine? How can one produce a book like this, containing all miracles, and on top of that, this entire miracle? And this is so far what we have discovered, or at least up to my knowledge, what we have discovered. God knows how many of the miracles are hidden within all this grand, marvelous, blockbuster, this complete, amazing miracle of the Quran. This is complete. I don't think I even have words to explain the grand nature of this miracle. Don't you see? It's a complete miracle. It encompasses every single verse. So with that, I'll end this video. I'll leave it for you. Those who want to leave. By the way, there are 2 videos I'll attach in the description from which inspired me to make this video. You should see them as well. They perhaps they explain it better than I have done it. And for the rest of the video, those who want to leave can leave. I'll just show you guys how, those who are curious, how to calculate it. I know there might be 100 ways to calculate this, but I'd still like to show those people who are really, really curious and have no other way to calculate it. I'm going to show them step by step how I'm going to do it. So those who are not curious anymore, they can leave. Those who want to research and who really want to confirm it, I'll just show them how I came up with this. So the first thing, how I came up with this column, it's very simple. This is simply, you'll have to just type in 1 and the next cell below it, type 2. Then all you have to do is highlight these 2, and from the right bottom corner, drag it all the way to 114. Let me do it again. Just drag it all the way to 114, and it'll just automatically fill the cells. This column, you can go to any Quran website. I went to Quran analysis. I picked up these, I copied all of them, I copied them here, and then I simply copy pasted this one column, because you'll have to copy all of this. I copied this one column, I copied it into this cell. And if you're very curious, if you're very skeptical, if the results are wrong, you can open any Qur'an app and keep one by one manually typing the verse numbers. It doesn't matter. Then here, simply apply the formula sum is equal to sum C4 to C4 D4. And once you type in this formula, you can simply again select this and copy it all the way down till the end. You'll get the addition. And this, the formula you want to use to find the even numbers, it's the if statement you can see over here. If is even, E4, comma, give me E4. If it's not, it'll just give you false. Here, like here. And for odd, you'll just apply this formula. If is odd, E4, give me E4, otherwise it'll just give you false. And again, summation is just simply is equal to sum. So that's how you get you can verify it for yourself. So subhanallah, I don't know how to explain this perhaps my vocabulary is very weak in English, but this is a super amazing, it's a complete comprehensive miracle that in which every single verse of the Quran participates. So it's a complete, by the way, it's kind of Quran's complete showdown, right? So may God give us complete conviction in the Quran as the word of God. I don't see any possible way to doubt the Quran after this. This one miracle this is just one. There's so many, right? Oh my God. So may God give us complete conviction in the Quran as the word of God. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk.